welcome back to my channel. And if this is your first time here, then hi, my name is Lauren. And on my channel, we mostly talk about anything luxury, but we also discuss lifestyle and beauty. So if you're interested in any of these topics, please consider subscribing to my channel and we'll get started with the video. So in today's video, I'm presenting you my take on a very, very trendy luxury topic, which is quiet versus loud luxury. First, we'll start talking about what that actually means, because if you are not a luxury expert, kind of like me, you might not know what it is. And then I will explain what my opinion is. So if you're curious to hear my thoughts, then please keep on watching. So let's maybe start by talking shortly about what loud luxury is, because I feel like that's the most common and kind of easy to recognize and easy to understand as well. So those are items from brands, from very well-established brands that are very, very easy to recognize and distinguish. They have very, very large logos. And I will include, again, a couple of pictures either here or here for you to see. But I'm thinking of, the Louis Vuitton monogram, basically any monogram items. It's boom, in your face, everyone can see. Even if you're not super duper into luxury brands, everyone knows what Louis Vuitton monogram is. So that's very easy to recognize. I'm also thinking about the Chanel logo on the Chanel Classic flap, for example. It's bling bling, or on the earrings, or any kind of big Chanel logos where it's not a tiny thing. It's a boom in your face. Similarly, thinking about for jewelry, for example, the VCA Vintage Alhambra, anything bracelet, earrings, necklace, that features this logo, anyone can recognize it. So that's kind of what loud luxury is. It's these luxury brands that feature these items where everyone can tell that they're designer brands, basically. Now moving on to quiet luxury. Quiet luxury is a more recent, very much recent actually, kind of trend where the very, very wealthy people no longer wear these massive logos. Instead, they wear very understated, logo-free brands that still feature these hefty price tags, but where seeing a logo is not possible. So I'm, for example, thinking of the Bottega Veneta handbags, the cassette bag, the Jody bag. None of these actually have a logo, so if you're not into the designer world, then you have no idea that this is a designer bag. I'm thinking of a couple of Celine bags. I'm thinking of, for example, a bag that I do have that would be fitting into this category, would be, in my mind at least, the Yves Saint Laurent Sac de Jour in size nano over here that's behind me. The logo is this much. So unless you're 40 centimeters away from the bag, you cannot see it. And so basically the point is to show off a lot less, to be quiet about it, but to still, dress in these nice fabrics, have these high quality handbags that go for a lot of money, but that do not scream that you have a designer bag with you. And so I've mentioned before, we've seen the trend of wealthy people really moving away from loud luxury and moving into quiet luxury and focusing on aspects of items such as craftsmanship, model of the bag, kind of the material of the goods that are being bought, also the type of clothes that they wear, how nicely they fit them, how they carry themselves, how they're able to have a conversation, what their charisma and persona is rather than all these different logos. And so as a result, loud luxury has now been translated and identified as this thing that's for the type of people that I would call poseurs. So these are people, I'm sure that you've seen them everywhere on social media, because I'm pretty sure that you will definitely recognize some when I talk about it, where you see a post on Instagram and that person, every single item that they have is a designer item. The t-shirt, the beanie, the scarf, if there is one, the pants, the socks even, the shoes, of course the bag. So it becomes a little much, in my opinion. And so when these people tend to overdo it, then I think that's what has really started this kind of trend to really move away from, you know, these massive logos. And I think that it has started a little bit before already with brands such as Louis Vuitton and Gucci that features these excessive logos. You know, I'm thinking of like the Gucci socks where it's like, whoo, like these socks. I mean, it sucks. Like I get mine at Walmart because who cares, honestly? Like it's not important. It doesn't matter. You don't need designer socks, for real. I've actually featured this pair of socks in a video that's titled on my channel, luxury items that I find tacky. So if you're interested in seeing that video, then I will go ahead and leave it in the little information link over here for you to see it. But yeah, so I feel like, you know, items like this, also Louis Vuitton with their like massive logos. So think, for example, like the On-The-Go tote bag where the monogram isn't like, you know, this much anymore. It's like now this much. So that makes it even more identifiable on the street. So once these two houses, and it really is mainly these two houses, have started these like huge designs that appeal to like poseurs mostly, then as a result, these wealthy people have started to kind of, you know, move away from that as like I think a reaction of disgust, and have gone into quiet luxury. All right, so now let's move on and start talking about what my thoughts are. And right off the bat, I would say that they're probably somewhere in the middle. Neither of those extremes are appealing to me. So I feel like personally, I would never be the type of person that would wear these huge, you know, LV logos, these huge kind of like socks from Gucci and all that. That to me is tacky. It is way too much. I would never have like ready-to-wear designer brands stuff in general. Like the clothes that I wear is clothes that fit me nicely, that kind of accentuates the part of my body that I like. However, they don't cost a lot of money. I think that this dress that I'm wearing right now is like $100, and that is already, you know, something. Usually we're more in the like $50 to $70 price range. So personally, I don't, you know, buy into the whole designer brands dress or t-shirt or anything like that. Like for clothes, no way. So that would not be my style, and personally, I wouldn't do it. Doesn't mean that you can't, but personally, I wouldn't do it. Now that being said, I will always love Chanel bags. And I'm pretty sure that, you know, if you've been subscribed to my channel for a while, you knew that I was gonna say that, because I'm a Chanel girl from the bottom of my heart, will always be, have always been. So that's something where like I don't really consider stopping myself from either purchasing them or wearing them, although the recent price increases have certainly put a little damper on me buying more and more. But I mean, other than that, like I will definitely keep on wearing the ones that I have. I really love them, and I feel like with the right outfit and with the right shoes, like they really don't scream loud luxury. I tend to pair like these bags with like maybe, you know, over the knee boots that don't feature any single logos, with like this type of dress, doesn't feature a single logo, like that. Like this kind of quiet luxury, but with this one touch of brand. I think in my mind it's fine, and in my mind that's what I like. Now, these super quiet luxury pieces that don't have any single logos, I will also tell you that that's also not for me. And that's kind of me, you know, being truthful. I didn't grow up in a very wealthy environment, so in general, I feel like when I was growing up, I was very much bullied in school for not having like the right stuff. I never had the right clothes, I never had the right handbags. And so I always have this thing in the back of my head where like I need to not necessarily show off, but I need to kind of maybe overcompensate for like what happened to me earlier. I need to overcompensate for the lack of things, and for the things that I didn't have when I was growing up. So I could never really be that type of person that has like a designer bag that's like, I don't know, let's say like $4,000, where it has zero, and I mean zero logo. I feel like maybe I could have one, but like I wouldn't have my entire bag collection like that. That's not the type of person that I am, and I think that that's fine. I mean, really anything on this spectrum is fine, but I think that, you know, being in the middle is probably what is the most reasonable approach, and it's definitely the one that suits my needs best. So that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, this was simply my opinion. It doesn't mean that if you don't share it, my opinion isn't valid, and it also doesn't mean that your opinion isn't valid. It's just what I believe in, and I just wanted to put that out there without any kind of animosity or anything like that. So that's for that. Now, if you did enjoy this video, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one.